Hello, girls. Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon, but I'm gonna be sending you this video very early, so you can actually have time to complete it, and actually you are gonna be having a lot of activities. Welcome to this new class. I hope the music doesn't sound too loud. I'm sorry for that if you're listening to music too much. Anyways, we are gonna be having the topic that is going to be linguistics. Linguistics is not going to be that scary as psycholinguistic is. I'm pretty sure about that. But this is a little bit related with the way that we usually speak every day, everything related with communication, not only the language, but even images, signs, and some kind of gestures that we perform with our faces. So everything that is that I'm talking about is going to be relevant to the linguistics, right? Okay, so in general, we are gonna be dividing linguistic in some topics. Actually, are gonna be five. So let's go with the first one. Just give me a sec. Here we go. Yes, the first thing that we are going to be having in this unit during this class is going to be the language. Okay, the language, it could be divided into different ways, but since language can be described as the most effective means of human communications, we are gonna be just checking first what is communication. Okay, so, especially communication, as we can see right here, can be defined as the transmission of information between a source, of course, and a receiver. This means that the weight of communication it is equal or is the same to transfer a message. Every time that we are transferring a message, what are some of the things that we are actually involved with? Of course, it's going to be our body language, the language itself, some gestures, even some kind of secret languages that we are creating every single day, right? So, as I said, this actually represents what the communication is in general, and of course, is used as the transmission of information. Okay, it's divided into different situations. So, for example, we have the sign. This is something physical, which represents something other than itself, and it can be perceived by the receiver of a message with. So, for example, gestures. Every time that you are doing these kind of gestures are really, really expressionist. You are actually providing to the world the things that you you are feeling that moment, right? So, for example, gesture and facial expressions when you are sad, when you're annoyed. As you can see right here, all of them are really, really providing something. I think that you have heard this say that mentions that tienes cara de pocos amigos, right? Have you heard that before, right? So that means that you are actually with a sign, with a facial expression, and with a gesture, you are providing a message, even if that message is not with words. You have a face, or maybe your facial expression is very serious and you don't really want to have interaction with nobody. So this actually is what a sign is. It's something that you are showing and this people is perceiving. Okay. Another thing is going to be a picture. A picture could be a sign, something that makes you feel emotions or transmit to you something in specific. A road sign. We are going to be having some examples a little bit during this presentation. The sounding of a horn. I don't know if you remember, but when I was in elementary school, there was a ring or a ring bell. I don't know how you call it, but um, this means the recreo, right? This is the kind of situation that we are actually perceiving as part of the communication. So yes, very good. That is going to be, and actually a word. Uh, a bad word, for example, means a lot of things, right? In Mexico, the word way, así como de way, cálmate, way, something like that, express a lot of things. And according with the way that we mention it or that we say it, that we pronunciate it, it's gonna mean several things. and the smell of burning. Every time that you smell something, it's a sign that maybe you are thinking that algo se está quemando, something is burning in my house. So those are like signs that makes you uh, you identify with something that you know. Okay, very good. Let's go with the next one. So for example, the individual things or qualities, actions, states in the word to which a sign refers are the reference of the sign, and these together constitute a reference of the sign. In addition, for example, to having an exponent and a reference, a sign is also associated with meaning. The meaning, sorry, I just go a little bit longer. In this case, the meaning of a sign is the concept in which it evokes in its user, and it can be identified. Sorry, I'm sorry for that, and thank you if you said bless you. um, so yeah, so for example, the kind of communication, the English word girl evokes a concept that includes the features. So for example, young, female, human. The science is used in communication to system constitute a code. This is a little bit related with semantics. I don't know if you remember what is semantics, but I'm gonna explain you this using Spanglish. So every time that this is something that I have really have in my mind related with the Spanish. So for example, when they tell you campo semántico de escuela. So all the words related with the school are going to be the semantics. So for example, school, chairs, board, markers, ruler, pencils, pen, eraser, classroom, etc. Those are going to be really related with that. So for example, I'm gonna go a little bit, and then I'm gonna give giving more examples. So a sync, especially talking about a sync, can be divided into three basic kinds. Okay, and these are going to be part of the activities that we are going to be doing today. The first one are going to be symbolic, iconic, and symptomatic. Let's go with the first one. That is going to be a symbol. A symbol, it refers that is going to be the relationship between the sign and its meanings. So for instance, we have right here a street light. So the color used in the street traffic lights, as we have right here, are symbolic. It is a matter of arbitrary convention that the red light means to stop. In many countries, is the opposite. Okay, so the red means go and the green means to stop. But in this part of the word, this is going to be the symbol. Every time that we see a red light, and actually that is something that you have seen that in La Chaviza in this moment, they mentioned that red flags. So that means that every time that they're trying to get into a new relationship, there are going to be red flags that are not really physical for saying in that way, but they mean something for them. So they mean to stop. Okay, so the symbol. So the vast majority of the words of human languages are symbolic signs. Their physical form, pronunciation, and the reference are arbitrarily associated. So, for example, the Russian stool, the German stitch, the Spanish mesa, etc., which all refer to the same kind of thing, but also different. Okay, this is another part. This is another way, sorry, to say a symbol. We can see the chair, but a table, for example, but in different languages, in different countries, this is going to have a different symbol. Okay, it's gonna mean something different for all of them. So actually, a table, it could be something different for a chef than for a doctor or for a photography producer. Okay, this actually is what a symbol is. Another thing that we have is going to be the icon. When there is a natural resemblance between the exponent and the reference of the sign is becomes into an icon. For instance, the stylized, I'm sorry, silhouette. of a man or a woman on a public restroom door is an iconic sign. Um, we have the example right here, and I have another example that is going to be an icon. This means to stop. A small minority of the words of languages are, for example, are onomatopoeic. Words, for example, like ding dong means something. What does this mean? Every time that you're listening this word, ding dong, it means that, hey, pay me attention. I'm right here. Another one, it could be cuckoo. Cuckoo, it means that someone is crazy or is losing his mind or is doesn't he doesn't or she doesn't really is in this world in this moment. So maybe he's a little bit loony. I don't know. And these signs are partly iconic. Okay. And the other one that we have is going to be a symptom. And when the exponent of a sign is mechanically linked to its source in such a way that its spontaneous reflection of the state of the source is going to be a symptom. So, for example, blushing or blushing, whatever you want to call it, is the symptom of embarrassment. A trembling voice is a symptom of excitement. Smoke is a symptom of fire. And symptoms do not need interpretation in the language. They are interpreted simply by there being a direct association between two states of affairs. Okay? So every time that they call you, I don't know, they call you pretty, maybe you're going to be feeling ashamed, and this is going to create in a message with gestures that is going to be a symptom, and this symptom it can be noted, easily noted, so it could be associated with some different feelings. Okay. Okay, this is actually everything for this class. Yes, I don't know what did I put this. I didn't finish it because I just create this worksheet. I'm gonna be showing you right now. This is going to be your activity. We are going to be using some of the examples that we mentioned right here, but I just want to go a little bit deeper with this. So a symptom, it can actually be noted. It is a symptom that you can perceive from that person. Even when you can see someone that is white, that his color, well, it's pale. It's not white. It's pale. You can notice that this person, you can associate that symptom with different things. So for example, maybe he's really scared, or maybe this person actually doesn't look well, so maybe he had a um, physical or medical condition in this moment. So according with the symptoms, that could be a way of communication. If you have a student, for instance, that you look at him and he's green, or not green, I'm gonna change the color into yellow. Okay, what are going to be this kind of symptom? What tells you this? Okay, what if you can see the eyes of someone, his eyes in yellow color? Okay, those are going to be symptoms that are going to tell you that this person is not okay. Maybe he needs medical attention, maybe he needs a pill, maybe he needs his medicine. I don't know. There are many things that you can consider about that, but the symptom actually means something. It's not going to be productivity, but just for you to have in your mind. Okay, you're gonna be having these activities. After checking the video, you're gonna be completing the following activities. You're gonna be looking at the pictures and you're gonna be telling me what signs can you perceive from these gestures. Um, what does this picture transmit to you? And you're gonna be giving examples of a symbol or a symbol and an icon, two of them. Okay, if you have any doubt, just let me know. Have a happy weekend and enjoy your free Monday because you don't have work activities, I hope. And you have time to complete or to achieve this activity for Friday. Okay, so if you have any doubt, just let me know it and I'm gonna be right there. Have a nice one.